DanTDM was right about KSI. Holy shit, I haven't heard DanTDM's name in like 15 years, bro. Like, I'm being dead ass, bro. DanTDM is just random. And I don't know, what do you mean he's right about KSI? Did he protect, did he fucking know the future? Did he fucking predict the future? What do you mean he knows a lot, bro? And I haven't heard this name for a long ass time. So it should be fun. It should be fun to see this video. Okay, let's get.
KSI is genuinely one of the worst examples of what YouTube has become. Whether it's the slot products, the shady crypto projects, or now leaving his friends of 13 years to become a Mr. Beast clone, every single this man does is for money and views. And the OG YouTubers, they saw it all along. Back in 2024, DanTDM warned him to stop selling crap to kids who don't know any better. Jacksepticeye backed him, saying Mr. Beast and all his clones were ruining YouTube. And since then, KSI has proved exactly what they were getting at. The biggest YouTubers don't care about their fans anymore, they just see them as customers. So today, we're going to break down exactly how DanTDM and a couple of other OG YouTubers were completely right about KSI.
Oh, that should be fun.
Let's go back to the 16th of September in 2024. KSI, Logan Paul and Mr. Beast, the three creators currently leading the how much can we sell to our audience race, they dropped their new product, Lunchly, pre-packed kids meal boxes, a direct knockoff of Lunchables but with prime hydration and Feastables and a little bit of moldy cheese. And pretty much immediately the internet looked at it and went, seriously? Because the cracks were visible right from the start. They had this whole healthier marketing claim that it's way better than Lunchables, but if you actually look at the math,
all I want to know is, why would you try to copy a brand that's like a childhood brand, bruh? Lunchables. Every single kid had those. I still remember I got the pizza one. The which one again? The pizza one. Yeah. Which was so good in school, especially in school, bro. This used to hit. I honestly thought I was like a cool kid whenever I got Lunchables, bro. Like, when I was a child, that's what I thought, I swear. And it's not just me. Obviously, it's a lot of people in the comments as well. They're gonna agree with it. But I don't know why you trying to copy it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong. But alright, let's just get straight to the video, bro.
Macros and nutrition and the ingredients, it's just a rebranded Lunchable. Sure, it might have an extra gram of protein, but that doesn't really make a difference. And pretty much the whole thing felt like three of the biggest YouTubers on the planet had teamed up to do one thing that nobody really wanted them to do: go even harder at extracting money from kids. And then, in the middle of all this internet noise, one tweet pretty much shut down everything. DanTDM, one of the OG British Minecraft YouTubers with almost 30 million subscribers, someone who built an entire career on having a genuine relationship with a young audience. He tweeted, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them do better."
Exactly.
Now let's talk about KSI's response, because if you're a grown man with 25 million subscribers who's worth literally tens of millions of pounds and a fellow OG YouTuber tweets at you, you'd think a response would be either ignore it and move on, or respond maturely and sensibly, be the bigger person. But this is KSI, so what we actually got instead was a multi-week, multi-platform, completely deranged campaign aimed at dragging Dan through the mud, and somehow making KSI himself look 10 times worse in the process. Let me give you guys a brief breakdown. So firstly, he uploaded a 20-minute video right after Dan tweeted, where he tried to make himself seem like the victim. He didn't explain why the product is good and why Dan is wrong. No, the whole video was just like, oh, everybody hates us now, for no reason.
Looks like crap to me, while showing his toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit your fans, Dan? Now, obviously, people didn't realize that I was shining a mirror in his face. Instead, they were like,
wait, you did the same as Dan. You made toys with tube heroes.
And yes, that's fair, but I'm not the one complaining.
Well, okay then. He was talking about food, not merchandise and toys.
And I'm like,
who'd say that?
Sure, let's keep moving the goalposts. But okay, did I reply to this? He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what?
Well, you're not the
Well, I mean, the food that he was selling to kids, at least it's not moldy. I'm gonna be honest. Like, DanTDM gets the W here. People complain about lunch. Honestly, I've never tried Lunchly, but I did try Prime. Look, as a fan of KSI, I love KSI. I'm sorry, the Prime drink. I think I got the wrong flavor. I got the blue one when it came out first. The blue one was good, and I did try the water. I did like the pink one though. I'm not gonna lie to you. The pink one was my favorite. I would buy the pink one. The pink one was crazy, but the blue one tasted like medicine. I'm gonna be honest. The pink one was watermelon, and it wasn't bad. I am not gonna lie. I kind of liked the pink one only. Blue one tasted like medicine, and the green one, which is lemonade, or the yellow one, I don't know. I tried the green one, which was a long time ago. It was mid. Look, at the end of the day, just get the pink Prime and you're chilling. Trust me, bro. Like, that's it.
victims. It's because you guys are 3 very rich YouTubers who just launched a crappy product aimed at kids to extract more and more cash from them. KSI would then try to have a gotcha moment at Dan by digging up an old sponsorship Dan did with Munch Pack, a monthly snack subscription box for kids. But the thing is, Dan did one sponsored video years ago. KSI, he literally co-founded an entire brand with Logan Paul and Mr. Beast that is going to be in stores worldwide. KSI would then start going after Dan's toys, the Tube Hero figures Dan released back in 2014, a small one-off toy line. KSI dunks on them as crap, which, no offense, you sell Prime Hydration. You're not in a position to be insulting anyone else's product range.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He even gets the point. That's what and you're selling also Lunchly, so moldy cheese, like, please don't talk. But I still love the guy. I don't know, he's just, I grew up watching KSI and the Sidemen, bro. Like, I don't know.
Then a tweet which he would surely delete, KSI called Dan a P-word and says, "Thanks for the free promo." I mean, class behavior from a 31-year-old multi-millionaire. No kids, no family, just pushing 40 and launching Lunchly and selling crap to kids. And weeks later, KSI is still obsessed with Dan as he is still talking about him. He drags Kai Cenat's McDonald's deal into it as a comparison, then started talking about Tom Holland's alcohol-free beer brand, and by this point KSI was just listing famous people who he knows that have
1 minute, wait, I am sorry, I have never knew Tom Holland sold his own beer brand, non-alcoholic beer brand. There's no way. What? Never knew he sold that. I'm not gonna, that's something new to me, and we need to talk about this later, but let's just focus on where we're at.
Sponsorships, which really wasn't moving anyone. And then the most embarrassing moment of it all, KSI posts what looks like an apology link, but when you actually click through the link, it just takes you to his new song, The Thick of It. So yeah, he used the entire DanTDM situation to promote a single. And weeks later, on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, he said that part of the reason he kept the drama going was as a marketing strategy for his music.
That's actually kind of smart. You argue with a YouTuber, and then you tweet out an apology video. Everyone were shocked. They were like, wait, KSI is actually apologizing? I can't speak today. Apologizing. So he goes inside and he's just promoting Thick of It. That's crazy. That's a smart marketing strategy, but I don't know. That's just a smart marketing strategy. I'm not trying to be biased and say no, KSI is the best and all that, but that's a smart marketing strategy.
He said that part of the reason he kept the drama going was as a marketing strategy for his music. So it just shows you how much of a classy act KSI is. He was constantly attacking Dan and milking the beef for views. So to put it in perspective, Dan put out one tweet with a genuine concern, and in response, KSI made multiple videos, multiple tweets, brought up Kai Cenat, Tom Holland, called Dan an insult in a tweet, faked an apology link for a song, and then admitted on a podcast that he was doing all of this for the purpose of marketing. If this doesn't tell you everything you need to know about KSI and who he is as a person, I don't even know what to tell you. And you might be asking, how was Dan responding to all of this? Well, he wasn't at all. For weeks, while KSI was running the most embarrassing PR campaign of his career, Dan just didn't tweet about it, didn't make a video, didn't engage, just kept on going with life as normal, and I think he was just looking after his kid, like just normal adult stuff. Eventually, months later, Dan finally addressed it on the Shut Up I'm Talking podcast. podcast, and the way he handled it was pretty funny. He just said it was funnier not to engage, which makes sense.
I couldn't be bothered to like fight. Like he loves the whole back and forth. That's what the whole boxing
That's what he
about.
wants,
Like I
isn't
get
it?
it. I understand it. But it was funnier to not feed into it because
Just
you
exhausting.
just watch it happen. It was fun. I think some of it as well was interesting where I think he thought like it was all my fans going for him when actually I don't
It was
think
his
that
fans.
was the case.
No, it was the internet.
It was funny as well. My wife was always like, just think before you tweet. That was one time I didn't really think too much before tweeting. Usually I'll type it out and be like, no, I can't bother, delete it. So and then I didn't tell her for like 3 days, and she's not on Twitter really. So I didn't tell, and then I kept getting notifications from my phone. I was like, oh, Logan Paul's responded. Jimmy's messaged you. KSI's responded. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to mention something now. She was like, oh, well, I agree with you, but maybe you should just not stoke the fire anymore. I was like, okay, that's fair. It's one of them moments where I was like, oh no, it's actually getting out of hand.
You see,
That's just rage bait. I'll be honest. It is funny though. The rage bait is funny. I do love to rage bait. Imagine you just say something, you piss off someone. The guy who's mad just talks shit all the time and you're just staring like this, laughing. That's... If someone did this to me, I'd honestly nuke him. To be honest, I'll honestly nuke the fuck out of him. But we understand it's between KSI and Dan. So, I know.
KSI melting down and dragging this beef out, and you know he wants views, but you're not gonna give that to him. And then you just see him crashing out on Twitter, on YouTube. It just makes him look like such a psycho. And then we've got to talk about Jacksepticeye's involvement because it was a big moment. Jack has 31 million subscribers and has been around since the early Markiplier and PewDiePie era, just making simple gaming videos with a crappy webcam. And he said, you mess with DanTDM, you mess with YouTube. And it carried a lot of weight because Jack isn't someone who tweets about beef. He's not into drama, he's not chasing engagement, so when he does speak up, it actually means something, especially as he has a massive loyal fan base. And it wasn't out of nowhere, because a year earlier, Jack had been on a podcast where he laid out his exact problem with where the platform was heading. He said YouTube became about views, money, and popularity over fun, and then spoke about the Mr. Beast effect.
True.
Everybody who copies him is putting YouTube in a weird spot.
I'll be honest about that and be like, yeah, I don't like the videos. And then I was like, do you think he ruined YouTube? And I said yes, which I mean, I don't really think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube. By saying that, I mean, I think everybody that copies him is kind of putting YouTube in like a weird spot. And if anything, YouTube have ruined their own platform, not Mr. Beast outwards.
Now, Jack, a completely unrelated question. Do you like Mr. Beast?
No.
Damn.
Jack, do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube?
Yes.
Didn't you just say in another video he didn't ruin YouTube, but people who copied him ruined YouTube? So you were lying to your fans? Or were you honest but now you changed your mind? How the fuck does that work? And who's this guy? I know the only honest and the loyal lie detector person we all trust. Someone named John or something, the old man. John, the old man with the lie detector machine, he is the only guy who I could ever bring on my show. If I ever make it to the big leagues, I have to bring this lie detector guy with me. Not this bum. No one knows you, bitch. Get the old man. John, the old man. He interviewed the royalty family, the core. He interviewed Marlon Lacey. He did so much. I only trust him.
Now, in all honesty, Jack, why?
Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
And now let's think about it. In 2026, KSI is literally that person. He left the Sidemen, his friends, for 12 years to do Mr. Beast format style content. And trying to become the next I Show Speed and trying to surpass Mr. Beast.
To do with YouTube. I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. I had to keep up with a persona that was just so taxing on me and my general well-being, to be honest. And I don't know, but in my opinion, YouTube has changed a lot. I don't believe it's about the you in YouTube anymore. Gone are the days where people would just make videos for fun. Now it's all about people making videos for monetary gain. YouTubers now have directors, editors, cameramen, and other things to help them out. Whereas before, it was only the YouTuber that would do that themselves. That essentially is the game right now. That is the YouTube game. That's how you remain relevant nowadays. And personally, I just don't want to be a part of that game anymore. From now on, I'm going to be making content that I want to put up. I just hated how YouTube became like a chore for me, having to always keep up with these bullshit trends and shit. I started making videos because that's what I wanted to do. Like from the beginning, it was just fun for me. I just enjoyed doing it. So I feel like I want to end doing videos that I want to do rather than doing videos that people want me to do. I'm trying to compete with Jimmy, Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
And he gets about 4 billion every month in shorts and about 600 million long form. I mentioned Sidemen Boys, I'm going to get more subscribers than Sidemen, and I'm also going to get more views than Sidemen. So I got more views than Sidemen in a month. So now I just need to get more subscribers. Yeah. And then it's just keep it up. And then it's like, all right, cool. I'm looking at Speed now. I need to try and get more views than Speed. And then after Speed.
Yo, listen, Speed, he's a bit too famous. All right, hear me out. Speed has 50 mil subs. I'm just saying, he has 50 mil. You got 20. That's 30 mil away. And then you're saying you want to compete with Mr. Beast or Jimmy. My guy has 500 million. That's half a billion sub. That's half of a bill. Do you understand what I'm saying? Trust me, Mr. Beast does absolutely nothing but YouTube. He even said that on a podcast. He does absolutely nothing but YouTube, and his only focus is on YouTube. You might be with the Sidemen watching Netflix or something. Mr. Beast is thinking, what should his next video be? And is this next video gonna be a fun video for his audience and viewers? And will this get him subs? All he thinks about is YouTube. He even said that himself. So that's I'm not gonna say it's impossible. Anything is possible, but like, go ahead, shoot your shot. Try to be Mr. Beast in the subs and views. Go ahead.
Who's next? Yeah. Until I get to Jimmy. And then it's like, yeah, me and Jimmy going back to back.
Every single thing Jack was warning about a year before Lunchly even existed, KSI has now become that exact thing. And the biggest issue with YouTubers like KSI who try to extract money and clout out of every situation, it's never a one-off. There's a pattern that goes way deeper than just a little snack box. For example, in late 2024, a clip from a Vicstar interview went viral, and in it, Vic drops what is genuinely one of the most scary pieces of behind the scenes Sidemen content or information ever leaked.
Has there ever been something that's gone so far down the line and then last minute you've got, this just isn't going to work, we need to sack this? NFTs.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
this was KSI in his KSI crypto era, and we got this big shiny presentation for the Sidemen NFTs, one of 10,000.
Wow.
And NFT projects, especially back then, were like, launch the NFT project, make $20 million that day. What happens afterwards, everyone should make money, but if they don't, who cares? You made 20 mil. And we had this big like deck, and like JJ thought it was the best idea, and then the other guys were like unsure, and I was like, I will not let this happen. So I had to like do a detailed breakdown of every reason why I thought it was a bad idea. So I was like, I want to kill this dead now because I do not want there to be a Sidemen NFT.
Yeah.
I do not ever want.
I'm actually concerned. Are NFTs still a thing now in 2026? Is NFTs like I don't know. Do people still actually buy this NFT bullshit thing? No, bro.
To make millions of dollars at the direct expense of fans getting nothing for it. A useless token online. And also with the way we've got a bunch of businesses, like if you effectively scam people or like fuck them over with one business, everything else loses credibility.
Apparently, back when crypto and NFT was popping, KSI brought a full deck to the Sidemen, pitching them launching their own NFT project. And of course, KSI can't think 3-6 months ahead or a year ahead, because as Vic said, what happens afterwards? Everyone should make money, but if they don't, who cares? You made 20 mil. This is the exact mindset DanTDM and Jacksepticeye were calling out with their tweets and videos. Sell the audience, take the money, and move on. I mean, just look at KSI's best buddy, Logan Paul. He launched CryptoZoo, one of the biggest crypto scam projects from an influencer, taking hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, from fans who were promised a game and they could make money off it. And have they? No. And they still haven't received a refund, and now he's trying to sue CoffeeZilla. It's so pathetic. And the worst part is, Vicstar literally had to fight with a detailed counter presentation to stop his own friend from launching a project that would have destroyed the Sidemen's reputation. Now, speaking of CryptoZoo, KSI wasn't involved and it wasn't his project. But when Logan was at his lowest point, when the refund program was being exposed as a massive con that only paid back a tiny percentage to the victims and waived their right to sue, guess who jumped in publicly to defend him? KSI tweeted, "What will the haters say now?" And then doubling down, "I'm always gonna wanna back my friends and give them the benefit of the doubt." You're backing your friend while he's actively in court getting hammered with with community notes and expose videos, and the refund only covers 12% of the damages. It's just so stupid.
If you ask me, I think KSI tried to use his influence to move the market for himself in crypto through a few pump and dumps. He may have lost all his money eventually in a Ponzi scheme, but that does not make what he did okay. In fact, I think it's fair to say that a lot of his followers, we saw that, he influenced millions of dollars in trading volume, went into some coins that are now doing very poorly. But ultimately, I think the true piece of cosmic irony for KSI here, though, is that he would have gotten away with all of this. No one would have known about any of it if he just hadn't logged back into Twitter.
This is the same KSI who, by the way, would later use the press to plan a hit piece on his Sidemen friends in 2026. So this whole loyalty argument...
But what happened before, bruh? KSI, I remember back then, KSI used to do a lot of try not to laugh challenges like 4 years ago. They were so funny. And he used to do the try to make me laugh on a Discord call. Now he's doing try not to laugh in real life, like Mr. Beast, $1,000 for everything. That's just crazy, bro. Like everyone changes, bro. Damn.
Doesn't even hold up internally. He picks whenever he wants to be loyal. Loyal to Logan when he's getting sued, disloyal to his Sidemen friends of 13 years when leaving them benefits him personally. So far we've got a Sidemen NFT, Crypto Zoo defense, Lunchly, Prime, and then abandoning the Sidemen. There is a lot of moments where KSI either tried to extract money from young fans, defended someone else doing it, or simply did something that only benefited him. And it's important to point this out because this is exactly what makes the new YouTubers different from the old YouTube. Dan, Jack, or Markiplier, they're not anti-business. They all have merch, they all do brand deals, but the content is the product. The merch and sponsorships are just extras. Dan made Minecraft videos for 10 years before launching Tube Hero figures, and the figure costs like £15 and a one-off drop. That's not something you would class as predatory. That's just a creator trying to make a little bit extra on the side. Something that actually made sense. But what KSI, Logan, and Mr. Beast are doing is completely different because it seems like they don't even see their audience as fans or a community. It's just a market. Extract as much as you can from them. And I think him leaving the Sidemen in 2026 tells us a lot about him, and ultimately he proved Jacksepticeye and DanTDM completely right, because every single thing those two were warning about has not only continued, it's...
No, look, KSI left the Sidemen apparently because he says he wants to focus on more things, and he said something about his family or some shit, but that's why he said, bro. I don't know.
Gotten way worse. Don't know. So, as I just said, KSI left the Sidemen, the group that pretty much built him. The friends he's had for over a decade gone to chase content like Mr. Beast. And to make it even worse, KSI's team plants a hit piece in a Daily Mirror trying to drag down the Sidemen's reputation through the mud. Pals say he was frozen out. Pals say the Sidemen were happy when he got knocked out by Tommy Fury. The whole thing, it's a PR job aimed at protecting KSI's brand at the cost of his oldest friend's reputation. So, why did he actually leave? Well, he said it was because it was burnout and he wanted more time to himself and to spend more time with family. But if you actually look at some interview clips from a couple of months ago, well, here's a clip of him ranking the creators he wants to surpass: the Sidemen, IShowSpeed, and Mr. Beast. So yeah, that's KSI's reason. Memorize stats and tournament style strategy to overtake his closest friends. Then, obviously, the biggest creator on the earth. That's not burnout, that's not family time, and that's not I need a break. This is him purposely abandoning his friends and disguising it as a personal decision.
Damn.
And let's go back to Jack's quote one more time. Everybody who copies him is putting YouTube in a weird spot. KSI is literally that person. Jack predicted this entire archetype and KSI literally became it. I mean, how ironic that DanTDM and Jack were both beefing him and literally predicted the person he would become. And it's just sad how KSI didn't reflect, didn't grow, and didn't do better. He doubled down. It's just so sad because old YouTube, the YouTube with Dan, Jack, and Markiplier or PewDiePie, it was a place where the content was the actual fun part. People did weird, fun, creative stuff because they loved it. Brand deals happened here and there, but it wasn't the whole point. And KSI now, well, he represents what the new YouTube is, where every video is a funnel. So yeah, Dan and Jack were right, and they will probably continue being right for the foreseeable future, because I'm sure KSI is soon gonna launch a product selling something to kids that is way worse. So let me know guys' thoughts in the comments.
Thank you for the video, but I have a quick question. What the fuck am I seeing? Wait, guys. before we end the video, we gotta check this out. All right. My guy here has 122k. That's good. That's good. You know what? I'm actually concerned. How much do you make from this shit? How much? Whoa. Oh shit. 10k. That's actually impressive. The guy talked about him in 4 videos in a row. What the fuck? 4 videos in a row. Yo, KSI, what the fuck have you done, bro? 4 vids in a row is kind of crazy. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy that video. Make sure you guys like and sub. And yeah, hope you guys have a blessed day. See you guys on the next one. And peace.